Hi guys, my name is Edwin Joseph Christie and this is the final presentation for my business intelligence class. In today's presentation, I'll be talking about my business proposition. So let's get started. Solaris, the energy provider. This business proposal is to Brooke Lambroff and my name is Edwin Christie. That is my contact information right there, edwinchristie100@gmail.com, and today's date is 14th April 2021. So, the table of content for today's presentation will include what is our company, what is Solaris, the executive summary, the problem we are facing, how to solve this problem using this new business solution, how the product will be delivered and installed, schedule and payments, cost and payment schedule, and terms and conditions. Solaris. As you guys would have figured out, Solaris represents sun, and sun is an infinite source of energy. It's a source of energy that doesn't die out or that doesn't exhaust, or it's always going to be there, right? And Solaris, our company is going to use this infinite source of energy. We are going to set up solar powered homes. We are going to mainly focus on households with electric cars. As you guys can see, pollution is something you hear now and then. There can be air pollution, soil pollution, water pollution, different kinds of pollution. And what Solaris aims to do is bring down air pollution, bring down the amount of chemicals that's being released into the atmosphere. It's just a matter of few years till we start seeing breathing problems in ourselves and also in our future generation due to this high amount of chemicals that's released into the atmosphere. And what are the two major contributors to the air pollution? Fuel combustion from vehicles and heat and power generation. These are the two major contributors of nitrogen oxide into the atmosphere. Executive summary. So the main objective of our company Solaris is to reduce the air pollution and provide a safe pollution-free air to breathe for our future generation. And we aim to achieve this goal by providing a fully automated solar powered household. This proposal will give you a detailed overview on how Solaris is going to achieve the above goal. Our plan is to concentrate mainly on providing a fully working solar powered system to households, and we'll also be concentrating on providing this system to industries too, because industries also contribute in a high level to these emissions of different chemicals into the atmosphere. So we also try to provide them with a fully working solar powered system where they're not going to burn fuel or gas to to have electricity. Solaris aims in providing a pollution-free place where sun, the infinite source of energy, will be used to provide electricity to our household. So what is the problem? As you guys can see from this chart, from 2007, the value of nitrogen oxide emissions in Canada from oil and gas industries has been just going up. And this is the prediction for the next few years. Until 2017, you can see the value is almost above 480, almost 481, you can say. And the future prediction is it is not going down, but it is going up. That is nitrogen oxide emissions into the atmosphere, and that is the highest contributor for air pollution. And this is just from oil and gas industries. It is different for fuel combustion from vehicles, from different sources, right? And what we are aiming is to bring these values down. What is the problem? Like I said before, high amount of nitrogen oxide released into the atmosphere. As you guys can see from this chart, the electricity generated from coal by burning these fuel has been going down in 2019. From 2010 to 2019, it has been going down, and from the future forecast, we can see it'll still be going down, which is good. That is what we are aiming to do. This is just for coal, right? The other one, the yellow line, represents natural gas, and that is going up. That is okay because natural gas does not release any harmful chemicals into the atmosphere. People are still attached to the old way of paying electricity bills every month, right? But 75% of them still doesn't realize that electricity which they get at their home is produced by destroying their own atmosphere, their own environment. Fuel combustion of vehicle releases a high amount of chemicals into the atmosphere. Different types of chemicals, nitrogen oxide, carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, all these chemicals into the atmosphere. And fuel combustion also is a major contributor towards global warming. People are slowly changing to electric cars, but one main question they always ask is that how much is it going to be to charge their cars, right? Is it going to be the same as getting a car with gas and diesel? Is it going to be cheap? If it's going to be cheap, is it good? Is it going to be really cheap, right? And what we, Solaris, our company, is going to give them a fully solar powered system, especially for people with electric vehicles, so that they don't have to pay anything on electricity. They'll be paying $0 in electricity. This is the electricity generated in Ontario from diesel, light fuel oil, and heavy fuel oil in 2008 to 2017. As you guys can see, diesel and light fuel oil kind of stays the same. It kind of goes up, which is not good, but heavy fuel oil is going down, and that's what we need. We want these values to go down. Solaris is the solution. Solaris is going to provide households with a fully powered solar system where it makes use of the sun. We are going to mainly concentrate on big households with at least 7 people living. Solaris will also be trying to get people with electric cars to get fully approved solar system at their house. The main feature of Solaris for electric car, so this is something which we stand out from any other company that provides a solar fully powered solar system. Um, we are going to provide clients that has an electric car with a fast charging solution. So as you guys know that charging an electric car will take usually 7 to 8 hours. There's fast charging features in some parts of the country, but it's not available in all the places, right? If you set up a Solaris system, we also provide a feature for a small amount of extra fee. We'll provide a fast charging port or a plug for the car so that the car gets charged in an hour, it'll be fully charged, and they'll be paying $0 in electricity because all the power comes from the sun, which is an infinite source of energy. This is a solar energy generated in Canada. As you guys can see, this value has been going up since 2010. In 2010, it was almost 500 megawatt per hour electricity generated from solar, and in 2016, it's almost 4800. That is 10x. That is, it went up 10 times. That is a huge improvement right there, and we are aiming to get this going maybe 20x in the next 2 years, right? Where we are using so much solar energy, we are burning less amount of fuel, sending out less amount of pollution into the atmosphere. So some facts on the fully powered solar system are a typical Canadian home uses around 10,000 kilowatt per year for electricity, right? And a 10 kilowatt solar system at a house can produce from 10,000 to 13,000 kilowatt per year. And this completely lets you run the whole house without paying a single penny for electricity bill every year. So the whole house will be solar powered, including charging your car, fridge, computer, TV, everything else, air conditioning including. So that is what we are trying to aim. We are trying to provide a fully powered solar system where people doesn't have to pay any amount in electricity bill in the future. This is a Pareto chart which we created. As you guys can see, it shows the total electricity generated from diesel in 2000 electricity generated in gigawatt per hour. Quebec is the highest. It has almost 88 gigahertz per hour in 2000. Ontario 69, 68, and it keeps going down. It's just based on the population. On Quebec has a lot of industries, and that's why it has a huge amount of electricity generated from diesel. And this one shows you four different charts from the tableau. The electricity generated per year in gigawatt hours from coal and natural gas, solar energy generated in Canada, nitrogen oxide emissions, full future prediction, and also top 5 provinces electricity generated from coal. As you guys can see, solar energy generated in Canada has seen a huge improvement from 2005 to 2016, and this is where we come into play. And in the next few years we want this value to be 20x, where all the homes are solar powered, where you are releasing less amount of chemicals into the atmosphere. We have a fully solar powered system. Just like you can see in the electricity generated chart, I want this coal energy, electricity generated from coal, to go down again. It should go down to like one 1000 gigawatt per hour, or 500 gigawatt per hour. Natural gas can go up. As natural gas goes up, solar energy will also go up. They are two different types of renewable sources of energy, where it doesn't die out, or it's not releasing any bad chemicals into the atmosphere. It's not destroying the environment, right? And from the nitrogen oxide emissions, you can see this is how much nitrogen oxide that's released into the atmosphere. In 1990, we were at 340 kilotons, and it's almost predicting to be in 2025 will be around 550 kilotons of nitrogen oxide into the atmosphere. Like I said before, the future lies in our hands, and if we don't stop this now, if we don't reduce the amount of emissions into the atmosphere, we'll be in a big trouble. And this chart shows you top 5 provinces electricity generated from coal. Alberta come first, and then Ontario, Saskatchewan, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. We'll also be showing you an interactive session once this presentation is done. But let's get moving. How the product will be delivered. The product will be delivered and installed by Solaris certified engineers. Once we start advertising the product and the service, our small customer service group will be handling all the initial questions from the clients. Once an order is received, we'll be ordering the panels and other hardwares required to set up this whole solar system. The whole installation process should take approximately 2 days, but this could change based on situations like how the existing electricity wiring is at the client's house. So if it's in such a way that solar powered system cannot be connected, our engineers will rework the whole thing and fit in such a way that we can fix the solar powered system at the household. Schedule and benchmarks. So right now what we have is that in Q3 of 2021, that is July to September, we'll be setting up the company, hiring some people to advertise the product. We'll be mainly focusing on advertising the product and service, and there'll be a small group of customer service which will be handling the initial questions from some customers. Meeting clients, Solaris certified engineers will be visiting the clients once we receive some calls, taking measurements, explain the whole process, and clients will also be provided with an estimate cost to set up the whole thing, and also an estimate date. In Q1 of 2022, that is January to March, we'll collect initial payment from the clients. There's two types of payments which can be done. I'll be talking about that in the next few slides. They can make a small deposit and also an initial payment. Once the payment is processed, our engineering team will order the parts and start all the work. Setting up the Solaris product for the clients. Once all the product and parts are received from Solaris engineers, we'll send out a date to the client for the setup of the system. All the newly set up solar powered system will be monitored by the engineers for the next few weeks after the setup to make sure everything's running properly. Once we have a good review or a positive review from the beta clients, we'll be moving into the public in the Q3 of 2022, that is from July to September, and this product will be available to the public and to the industries. The whole project will cost around 1.1 million to start with. The initial cost will be used to buy storage space and a small office space to set up the office for customer service and agents and the Solaris engineers. The storage space will be used to store the hardwares and equipments used for the service. The initial investment will also be used to make our full office fully solar powered, and we'll also be doing a small free fully solar powered system for an industry, particular industry, and also for a single household, so that we have something to start with, we have something to advertise, we have something to show. This is an example what we did, and this is how it worked out. So people have something to believe in, right? We'll be buying solar panels in wholesale to reduce the initial cost and payment. Like I said before, there are two options. First option, initial payment $1,000, and like all the solar system and solar panels and everything. And clients will have an option to make monthly payments, like when they do a car lease, right? You make a monthly payment, so they have an option like that. The option two is that they make the whole total payment of $24,000, and this $24,000 is just for a 10 kilowatt solar powered system. Depending on different power usage from the users, the price might change. Clients can pay the whole amount in a single transaction, and the advantage is that this option provides customers an extra 1 year free customer service for the whole system. Doesn't matter what happens, we'll be giving them a free full 1 year customer service. Okay, moving on, we have the terms and conditions for the clients. All the clients will be given a 30-day full refund guarantee if the product doesn't meet their expectation or if it's not fully functional. We'll also be providing them with a full reset up of the whole system. If a payment is missed, a 10% extra fees will be charged on the next payment. So if they're taking the option one, like I showed you before, where they'll be making monthly payments here, they'll be having a 10% extra fee if they miss a payment. And all the solar panels are given a 25-year warranty. After this time period, the client might experience a reduced electricity produced because the solar cells, their average lifespan is 25 years, and after that, it might be less amount of electricity produced from these panels. So we provide a 25-year warranty on every solar panel which we provide to the client. Moving on, this was a raw data which I got. So as you can see, we had some raw data from the opencanada.ca. That's where we got all our data set. We cleaned it up. Like you can see, this is from Jupyter Notebook. We created a Pareto chart, which we showed before, and also a scatter chart, which shows the electricity generated in different categories. That is coal, natural gas, heavy fuel oil, wood, and other fuels. The link to the YouTube video will be uploaded later once this presentation is complete. This is the Jupyter Notebook file, HTML file, which can be opened. And these are the references from where I got my data set from, and some of the information on solar energy and the installation price and all that information. Thank you. So now we'll just go into a small interactive part. I'll be showing you these were the clean charts, clean data which I have right now. This was the raw data, this was the clean data. This was the pivot chart which I created from this data set. We cleaned it, we created a data set like I showed you in the presentation, electricity generated in Ontario, different fuel types. And then we have the Jupyter Notebook where we imported the data set, cleaned the data set, fill the null values with 0, and we have the data chart right here. The first one, electricity generated in different categories, and the Pareto chart as we see in the presentation. And moving on to Tableau, we have this one where it's fully interactive, shows you different options in different time period, 2012, 2014, and This is a solar energy generated in Canada in megawatt per hour from 2005 to 2016. Top 5 provinces electricity generated from coal. Nitrogen oxide emissions, like I showed you before, right? So in 2017, that is like 418. That is a huge amount of nitrogen oxide emissions in Canada. So that is my presentation. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys liked my business proposal. Thank you.